just got done walking all through the Grand Prismatic Basin. Totally unbelievable. So now we're back on the road and we are heading over to Midway, or excuse me, we're heading over to Biscuit Basin right now. I just want to get some of this footage from the top.
I'm getting ready to explore Biscuit Basin. It's about 3 miles north of Old Faithful. It's home of the Sapphire Pools. Throughout Yellowstone, the ribbons of color in and around the thermal features are usually formed by thermophiles. This is what you're seeing in these pictures here. They're bacterial mats and they are thermophiles. They are heat-loving organisms, and these organisms, algae, bacteria, and archaea, are a primitive life form that have inhabited the Earth for almost 4 billion years. The cyanobacteria, which are common in the Old Faithful area, thrive in temperatures up to 167 degrees. Other thermophiles exist in even hotter water. Research on some of these life forms has sparked revolutions in an array of scientific fields. In 1966, Dr. Thomas Brock discovered a bacterium, Thermus aquaticus, in a Yellowstone hot spring. Scientists extracted an enzyme from this bacterium, which has contributed to developing DNA, fingerprinting, a powerful tool widely used in criminal and medical research. Numerous other thermophiles have been found in Yellowstone, each producing unique enzymes potentially important to society. This feature coming up is known as a fumarole, Yellowstone's hottest surface features, vent steam. Their underground systems reach down into the hot rock masses, but contain very little water. When raining or melting snow drain from the fumarole's plumbing, it converts instantly to steam and may be hotter than boiling. Here we can see more bacterial mats, which are thermophiles, the heat-loving microorganisms such as bacteria. They usually form the ribbons of color like you see here. The green, brown, and orange colors are mostly cyanobacteria, which can live in waters as hot as 167 degrees. At this temperature, they are usually yellow, green. As water cools, different varieties of cyanobacteria appear in shades of orange, rust, and brown. Colors may also change with the seasons and sunlight levels.
People here. My rock star. Hey, Ralph.
Hello, what do you know?
Oh, there's a geyser that goes off up there.
Oh?
Pretty cool. This is a really nice spot.
Back on the road again, heading to Old Faithful. This here is Black Sand Basin that we're driving by. Oh, we're getting ready to go through the Old Faithful Visitor and Educational Center. And when we get out through the other side, that is where we're going to be viewing Old Faithful itself. Getting ready to go and view Old Faithful. I've got about 10 minutes before Old Faithful goes off. There's quite a few people here, and so we're going to find ourselves a good viewing location and watch the show. Here are a couple of area facts while we're waiting. The Upper Geyser Basin, home of Old Faithful, is one of 3 large geyser basins along the Firehole River. The majority of the world's active geysers are in the Upper Geyser Basin. Only 4 other locations in the world, Russia, Chile, New Zealand, and Iceland, have large concentrations of geysers. Here's a little geyser geology. The Upper Geysers Basin concentration of hydrothermal features provide ample evidence of Yellowstone's volcanic geology. Within the past 2.1 million years, 3 major eruptions have occurred in Yellowstone, and the volcano is still active. Partially molten rock or magma may be as close as 3 to 8 miles underground. This magma provides the first ingredient for thermal features. Heat. Rain and snow supply the second. Water. The water seeps down several thousand feet, more than a kilometer, below the surface where it is heated. Underground cracks form the third ingredient, a natural plumbing system. Hot water rises through the plumbing to produce hot springs and geysers. In a geyser, constrictions in the plumbing prevent water from circulating freely to the surface where heat would escape. The deepest water can exceed the surface boiling point of 199 degrees Fahrenheit. The surrounding pressure also increases with depth. Increased pressure exerted by the enormous weight of the overlying water prevents the deeper water from boiling. Bubbling upward, steam expands as it nears the top of the water column. At a critical point, the confined bubbles lift the water above the geyser overflows. This decreases pressure on the system, and violent boiling results. Instantly, a huge volume of steam is produced that forces water out of the vent in a superheated mass. Eruption begins. In an eruption, water and heat are expelled faster then they can enter the geyser's plumbing system. The eruption stops when the reservoir is exhausted, drained of water or heat. Fountain-type geysers shoot water out in various directions from a pool. Cone-type geysers erupt in a concentrated jet of water, usually from a cone formation.
That's it. And this here is the Old Faithful Inn that we're getting ready to go into right now. They have a huge tower up on top that looks pretty darn cool. There's Ron and Rocky. Faithful Lodge. It is really packed with people. Or we could just all take it. Have a snack shop and ice cream here. I'm getting ready to get me an ice cream. This is Kepler Cascades. This is gorgeous. It's called Kepler Cascades. Quite majestic.